want you to recall that very exact, precise moment when you fell asleep. Remember it? And the answer is, you probably don't remember it. The reason for that is you're not actually in charge of sleeping you. Nope. Just like you're not in charge of, when you eat a sandwich, your belly digesting you. That's not your job description. So you're not in charge of sleeping you. However, many of us who have challenges getting to sleep, and this formula I'm going to give you right here, right now, is about getting to sleep, will often think thoughts throughout the day or towards the evening as it's progressing of, I hope I sleep, I hope it's not like when I didn't sleep, or all of these thoughts. There could be other things happening that you're laying in bed. That's number one. You got to be fully supported for sleep to find you. But you're thinking thoughts that we would call useful. Oh, I need to pay my car bill tomorrow. Oh, did I call my aunt back? Oh, I'm really wanting to process that conversation at work today. Let me think about that. These are things that are actually pretty useful at times, but not when you're laying in bed trying to get to sleep. Trying, right? So instead, I don't want you to try. Instead, I want you to do number 2 of my 3-step formula, which is think useless thoughts. Yay, think useless thoughts. This is why counting sheep is so effective, or has been for some people, because you get to 25, boom, you're asleep. It's useless. So I like to use something from nature, a visualization from nature. My husband can think about a river flowing, and that's what can get him to sleep. Some people use a forest. Some people use waves rolling in from the ocean. There's a high mountain lake that I once went to, so I can visualize it really well, and it's very peaceful there, so it has a lot of ease and peace for me personally. And there's a rock in the shallow part of the lake, and I can see through to the bottom of that rock, and part of that rock is sitting just above the surface of the water. And lakes do have movement of water. It's slow, so in my mind, as I'm laying there on my bed, I think about the water rolling over the top of that rock and then receding, and I look at, in my mind, the darkness of the rock because of the water that was just on it. And sometimes I'll think about the sun hitting the water and the glint of water with light. So that's really important. You want to choose something that's very peaceful for you. If you don't have a good visualizer, that's okay. You can think of a pleasant smell, lavender, for instance. You could think of a sound like water, or gentle breeze, or birds, or even have that sensory input in playing in your room, okay? Number 3 is that you have this sense of, well, peacefulness around getting to sleep. And when useful thoughts show up, which often happens when my mind is at that high mountain lake and that rock, I notice, oh, look, Celeste, you're thinking about something useful that you're going to be doing tomorrow. So I need to have an attitude, and this is number 3. You need an attitude of, oh, well, let me go back to what I was doing. Because your brain, my brain, your brain, is wired for threat. The deeper part, the automatic part of your brain, is wired for threat. So if you go like this, oh no, I'm thinking about something I'm not supposed to be, your deeper brain is going to interpret that uh-oh, something is a threat. So you don't want to do that. Instead, you want to have like a sense of an open hand. Oh, look, I'm thinking useful thoughts. Oh, let's go back to the lake and the water. Just like that. So that's how I get to sleep. I don't try to sleep me, because I know I'm not in charge of that. You're not in charge of that. So do what is most effective, which is prepare the deeper part of your brain, the part of your brain that is wired for threat, to get the message that nothing is threatening here. There's nothing threatening about thinking about a river or the ocean or a lake or a forest. nothing threatening. And that is when sleep will find you. Whew. Happy sleeping.